Hello and welcome to Casual Chef Kitchen. I'm Chef Matthew. This is a special edition, a behind the scenes of Casual Chef's Kitchen. I'm going to take you in places that basically nobody has seen. Yeah, maybe for a few. So let's have fun. We're a little dark because we're not actually in my kitchen. We're just on the outside of my island. But let's switch it around. A few years ago, Robin and I had the kitchen remodeled, more of a reface. And there's some things that we did that we're very happy with. Let me show you what's going on. Looks just like a plain old fridge. It is. But above it is our wine rack. Now, I had people go, you can't put a wine rack above a fridge. Sure we can. We took temperature measurements from the bottom to the top. It's the same exact temperature. The sales rep, never had seen a wine rack put above a refrigerator because there was actually a cabinet above there, which nobody ever uses except to store whatever junk. We opted to put a wine rack. It's become really useful. Basically, this is our beverage area. The ice maker is kind of tucked in because Robin doesn't use it during the winter. Of course, this is our morning savior coffee area and beverage area. This is where coffee comes from. And we do have a microwave, and we have plenty. As you can see, I try to keep a uncluttered kitchen. Very little things. Stuff's ready for dinner, and so forth. And this is where we store a lot of our like food processor, blender, spice grinder, and so forth. My knife cases. So when I do travel, and we're going to swing over here. And this is the island. This island originally was a 2-step, and we had it leveled out. We love the fact that this has been leveled out. And we put in a deep stainless steel sink, and we were surprised that it has a grid, a grid in the bottom. We love it. So if you can have this option, I totally recommend it. So basically this is, as you can see, again, I tried to keep a very uncluttered, except for the beverage area, a very uncluttered kitchen. Most of my work and prep work is done on this 6-foot stainless table, which I purchased many, many years ago. This is where I do all my chopping and dicing and so forth. My prep bowls are below and so forth. Cat food is stored here because the cat food's there. So this is where I keep some of my veggies. Again, more things out for tonight's meal. And we're gonna go we got some knives. This is basically my accessory knives, my paring and my utility and so forth. Okay, and we'll get back to that. And these are all of my chef knives that I currently use, including my Chinese or Asian cleaver. And here we have my primary spice rack. And then above, some pasta, some bay leaves, more spices, some sauces, vinegars that I use on a very regular basis, sesame oil, my soy sauces are here, more herbs and spices, and my brown rice and white rice are stored up here. for ready use. So yeah, that's my prep area. A lot of my work is done on this stainless table. A lot of my mise en place and areas, this is the area where I get things ready to actually cook on the stovetop. The island. This has been, like I said, a great addition because we really didn't use it before other than to wash dishes and so forth. And some of the things I want to point out, basically, this is my studio area. This is where I have been creating the things I do on video. Because before I was trying to do things here on the stovetop with the tripod and things over the cutting board from above and from the side. It just really didn't work. So I have put in a 2 camera system that is controlled by and recorded by this wonderful little device right here. And me being a lighting person, a lighting expert, I do own lighting equipment. So here's what they call a fill light. And then I have an overhead specialty light for knife work and other work on the work surface. I'm going to show you my pantry, not because I'm trying to show you how organized it is or whatever, or how full it is, but one of the reasons, after we had the remodel, I installed this rope light, which basically goes all around the top and slinks down and keeps continuing going down on each shelf. And it is controlled by the switch. It helps illuminate, actually it greatly illuminates each shelf, and I'm able to find things in the pantry. Robin and I both love the fact, as you can see, we're Coke junkies. The fact that I installed this lighting with some inexpensive rope lighting. So that's the reason for I'm bringing to you my pantry. Actually, this wonderful rack, I also installed, we put it in before the kitchen remodel. But what's really funny about the rack on the back door, or the back of the door, is the fact that I forget things are there, or I forget to look there. So yeah. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is, I personally think, is impressive. Let's see what you think. This stack, that's tomorrow's recipe. But this stack, we're going to measure it on this side, is actually almost basically 2.5 inches. It's thick. These are all the recipes, or 99% of the recipes I have prepared since about May or June of last year. I keep every copy of paper since then. Okay? I hope that's impressive. I don't know. It's impressive to me. I like paper. I do like my tablet, but I like paper. Some of these recipes are boogered up, stains on them, oil, sauces, you name it. Some of them have it. Okay. The next step. The next place we're going, which is really behind the scenes, is my office. Let me show you around. We're going to start way up here. These are some of the awards and accolades, and we get into some film posters. At one point, people considered me a pirate, hence the Jack Rackman flag. I am a true U.S. patriot. And more show posters, my United States Air Force flag, and many, 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 many posters from shows I did. This wall represents about a year and a half of my life from 4 different organizations. And then we have some more show posters and film posters. The Crumbs was the first feature I worked on as the first assistant director, and The Gaffer, which is actually on Amazon Prime right now. Some of my photography. Trolls Anonymous is a short film I produced and directed. It's an award-winning film internationally, to include me being awarded several Best Director for a horror film. And another feature film I worked on. And we get into more of show posters. This film, Showtime, is currently in post, or in other words, it's currently being edited, and so forth. So we've made the rounds. And here, as I sit down at my desk, this is my paper library. Other than what the stack that's sitting on my kitchen counter. But this is my cookbook library, and the binders are full of recipes. I have recipes from American River College from when I went to school there, and so forth. And I bring you to my desk because this is where the editing happens. And I want to show you, there's Grey's Anatomy. Yes, I'm addicted to Grey's Anatomy. Some organizations I've been involved with. I used to be a very avid and a racing cyclist. I used to race. My last stint of racing, I did time trial racing. And there's a chef organization that I've been involved with. And this is the editing of the tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwich editing. And I have a second screen for all the extras. I have, basically folders and folders and folders of files of images and video and so forth. And ever present is my wait list. This is the list that I have that I want to cook for Robin and I, and to show you folks. On this screen is an app or piece of software that I use called InkPad, which I can access through my computer or my phone. This has all of or most of the recipes that I have either written, developed, or accumulated since April. This has been very handy for me. It is not recipe software. It's note-taking software. But I've been very lucky. It's got thousands of recipes. And this is how I keep track. If we click here, this is the entire list of recipes that I have created or will be creating in the future, and so forth. And over here on this screen, this is a list of documents, recipes that I have either developed, built, and or accumulated over many years. There are some new recipes in here. Most of my client recipes are in this group. So, yes, I do a lot of things electronically, either in InkPad or in Word. And I will show you. I will not hold back. This is how messy parts of my office are. Yes, the big stack on the right side of my desk, I need to go through it. But Yes, I have a laser printer. I've been using laser printers for many, 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 many years. I love them. They save my bacon and so forth. This is my little buddy that watches me work here at my desk. This was given to me by a good friend. His name was Jim Ziggins. He was the owner and operator of Harper's Ferry, a kitchen store here in Yuba City. He inspired me to do a lot of things here in my kitchen, and yes. So I keep this bobblehead as a reminder of Jim and his support. So I hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes of Casual Chef's Kitchen. You got to see my kitchen. You got to see where I work. You got to see my office where I do all the editing and fun computer stuff. And you even got into my pantry to see, not just because of the food product I have, but because of what I've done to help Robin and I see in our pantry. So, have a great day, eat great food, and have fun cooking. Phenomena.